Bro, let me tell you straight up, nothing hits harder than getting stabbed in the back by someone who swore they loved you. I'm talking deep, like the kind of backstab that makes you sit down in the shower and question every damn decision that got you to this point. And for me, that moment was when my wife, my partner of 7 years, chose to believe her daughter's lies over me, without even blinking. Yeah, I know how it sounds. Messed up, right? But trust me, the real mess hadn't even started yet. It all kicked off on a Tuesday afternoon. I just dragged myself home from work, sweaty, tired, and ready to collapse into the couch like a corpse. My job isn't glamorous. I manage a delivery team for a logistics company, and that day was hell on earth. One dude crashed a van, another called in sick, and a customer threatened to sue us into bankruptcy because their delivery arrived 15 minutes late. 15 minutes late. So yeah, I was done with life by the time I walked through that front door. But instead of the usual warm, "Hey babe, you home?" I got my wife standing in the hallway like some final boss, arms crossed, face tight, eyes slicing straight through me. "What the hell is this?" she snapped, shoving her phone at me. I blinked. A phone? Don't play stupid, Josh. Look at the messages." Now, when a woman says, "Look at the messages," bro, your soul automatically prepares to die. Even if you're innocent, your brain still glitches for a second like you just deleted the wrong file. I took the phone, and my stomach dropped to my feet. Her daughter, Mia, who was 19, moody as hell, and had hated me since the moment I moved in, had sent her a whole novella of messages claiming I tried to invade her privacy, walk into her room without knocking, and even made her uncomfortable with the way I looked at her. You've got to be kidding me. I swear on everything I love, I never did any of that creepy shit. I'm not built like that. I knock loudly before entering any room, especially hers, because she always had her headphones on and was dancing to TikToks like she was auditioning for a circus. What the actual hell? I muttered, scrolling through the messages. This is all lies, Sarah. You know damn well I'd never. Stop. She held up her hand. I don't want excuses. Excuses? You think I'm making? If she felt uncomfortable, that's enough, she said coldly. Felt uncomfortable? Since when does feelings count as proof? You could feel like the moon is made of cheese. That doesn't make it true. You're seriously believing this? I asked, my voice climbing without permission. She's my daughter, she said, chin trembling. Why would she lie about something like this? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because she hated me, was spoiled as hell, and wanted her mother single again so she'd have her full attention back? Just a guess. But apparently logic was not invited to this conversation. She glared at me like I was some criminal who'd just confessed, and I stood there stunned, brain buffering, trying to figure out what parallel universe I'd landed in. Pack a bag, she said quietly. I think it's better if you leave for now. Leave? Are you out of your mind? This is my house too. I can't have you staying here when my daughter doesn't feel safe. Oh, come on. Safe from what? This is bullshit, Sarah. And you know it. Stop yelling at me, she snapped. Just go. Please. I looked at her, really looked at her, and realized something ugly. She wasn't confused. She wasn't unsure. She had already decided I was guilty. One damn text thread. That's all it took. No conversation. No questioning. No asking for my side. Just blind loyalty because the liar shared her blood. I packed a small bag, shaking with anger, betrayal, and confusion, and walked out of that house with my entire life imploding behind me. I expected that she'd call later, maybe calm down, maybe talk rationally. But instead, the next morning I get served divorce papers. Not even a let's talk. Not even a maybe we should separate first. Straight up divorce papers. And not the friendly kind either. Oh no, she went full nuclear. Accusations. Demands. A list of bullshit claims Mia had apparently confessed about me. Enough lies to fill an entire courtroom. I stared at the papers in disbelief, my blood boiling. You want to know the messed up part? I still loved her, even after she tossed me out like trash. Even after she let her daughter's lies poison everything. But love isn't a bulletproof vest, you still get shot. Called her. She didn't pick up. I texted her. She left me on read. I tried showing up to talk. She threatened to call the cops. That's when I realized she wasn't confused. She wasn't manipulated. She chose to believe the lie. And once someone chooses to believe you're the villain, there's no convincing them otherwise. I spent 2 weeks sleeping on my cousin's couch, feeling like my spine had been replaced with concrete. He kept saying stuff like, "Bro, she's trippin'," and "Man, screw them, you deserve better." But that doesn't numb the pain when someone you love thinks you're capable of hurting her kid. Even though the kid hated me, even though nothing happened, even though the entire story made zero damn sense. My lawyer looked at the papers and raised his eyebrows so high they practically left his face. "This is aggressive," he said. "And frankly, it's flimsy." "You think she's trying to hurt me?" I asked. "She's trying to destroy you." My stomach twisted. "But why? I didn't do anything." "Doesn't matter. In divorces, truth is subjective. Perception is everything." "Yeah. Well, her perception's warped as hell," I muttered. He sighed. "Then let's change the story." "What do you mean?" "Truth will come out during discovery. And when it does, I think you'll be surprised who ends up looking guilty." I didn't know what he meant, but I was desperate, tired, angry, and so damn ready for the truth to come out, because I knew Mia was lying. I knew Sarah didn't bother to fact-check anything. And I knew, deep down, that the real reason behind all this was something way darker. I just didn't know how dark. Not yet, but I was about to find out. And that discovery flipped everything. Relationships, trust, family, loyalty, all of it. Because once the real truth crawled out of the shadows, screaming and ugly, everyone realized something. The entire mess was never about what Mia claimed I did. It was about what SHE had done. And that's when the game changed. Those next few weeks were like wading through wet cement. Slow, heavy, suffocating. Every day brought some fresh hell. Sarah painted me like some creep in her filings, like I was some walking danger sign. And what made it worse? People believed her. Her family instantly turned their backs. No questions asked. Her friends blocked me, unfollowed me, acted like I'd been exposed on some crime documentary. Even MY friends looked at me like, "Bro, you sure you didn't?" The hell? Yes, I'm sure. I know what I do with my own damn body, thanks. But the one person who didn't flinch? My lawyer. His name was Carter. Mid-40s, sharp, sarcastic. Looked like he was born inside a courtroom. He didn't sugarcoat anything, didn't coddle me, didn't pat my back. He laid everything out like truths on a slab. "If she wants war," he told me, "then we play their game better than they do." I didn't want war. I wanted my life back, my wife back, my home back. But apparently I didn't get a vote. The court schedule got set and we entered discovery. That's when each side hands over evidence. Messages, emails, statements. Basically all the skeletons in the closet. What I didn't realize. She had some skeletons she was trying real hard to hide. A week later, Carter called me. "Come to my office. Now." His voice was different. Sharper, colder, almost excited, like a detective who just cracked open a case. I drove there straight from work, sweat still on my forehead, stomach twisted like a pretzel. When I walked into his office, he handed me a stack of printed documents. "Read these," he said. I sat down, flipped the first page, and froze. It was a conversation between Mia and her best friend. Screenshots, dozens of them, and every one was a confession. Not directly, but damn close. Messages like, "She's gonna freak when she finds out. I told Mom what we talked about. She totally bought it, LMAO. He's gonna be out of the house by tonight. Told you I could get rid of him." My ears started ringing. My hands shook. My chest felt like it was caving in. She planned it. She planned the whole damn thing because she wanted me out of the house. I swallowed hard. Where did this come from? "She slipped," Carter said with a grin that wasn't friendly. "Your wife's side submitted partial screenshots. They forgot that the app logs metadata. When we subpoenaed the full records, well," he gestured at the papers. "Turns out Mia deleted a lot of messages. The company still had them. My jaw clenched so tight I thought my teeth would shatter. She lied. I whispered. She actually made the whole thing up. Oh, it gets better, Carter said, leaning back like he was watching a good TV drama. Keep reading. I turned the page. More screenshots. This time, Mia talking to some guy. Some older guy. The texts were nasty, flirty, graphic. Stuff she had no business sending at her age. And then I saw it. A line that made everything inside me go cold. If Josh finds out me and Marcus are still talking, he'll tell Mom. So I told her he made me uncomfortable. She got mad instantly and kicked him out. The room spun. She threw me under the damn bus to hide her relationship with some grown dude. Marcus, who was apparently 28. 20. She was 19. Still technically a teen. I clenched the papers. This is insane. MHM. And Sarah believed her? MHM. Without even asking me once? MHM. Jesus. It's worse than you think, Carter said. We also found their old messages. Turns out Marcus has been around for months. Your wife told her not to see him anymore because he was too old. Mia panicked. Lit. Manipulated. And your wife fell for it like a rookie. I leaned back and laughed. Not a happy laugh. A broken, bitter, are you freaking kidding me type of laugh. So I got kicked out, I said slowly. Lost my home. Got labeled a creep. Because she wanted to hook up with some 28-year-old loser? Pretty much. I rubbed my face. This is ridiculous. Welcome to family law, Carter said dryly. But then he leaned forward. We're not done. I froze. There's more. He handed me another document, this time a bank statement. Not mine. Not Mia's. Sarah's. Highlighted. Circled. Labeled. And at the bottom? A new credit card transaction. $5,000. A retainer fee? I asked. No, he pointed. Look where the money went. I looked, and my heart stopped. It wasn't a lawyer's office. It wasn't a store. It wasn't anything normal. It was a payment to a private investigator. I blinked. A private investigator? For what? She hired him months ago, Carter said. Before the accusations. Before the lies. Before the fight. Why? You tell me. But I didn't have to think long. Because I remembered a conversation we had 4 months earlier. Her crying about trust issues. Me reassuring her. Her asking weird questions about my coworkers. Her digging through my phone. Accidentally twice. Oh my God! I whispered. She thought I was cheating? Bingo! My jaw dropped. I never cheated. I know, Carter said calmly. And the investigator confirmed that. He reported that you were clean, no suspicious meetings, no secret calls, no shady behavior. Guess your wife didn't like the answer. What do you mean? She fired him. Then a week later, Mia made her accusations. My mind exploded. She fired him. She was angry that he didn't find anything. She was already convinced I was hiding something. Then Mia conveniently gave her a new villain. Me. And she didn't even hesitate. She wanted to believe I was guilty. I whispered. Carter nodded slowly. Your wife wasn't tricked. She was looking for a reason to leave you. Her daughter just handed her one. My throat tightened. My chest burned. I felt like someone had reached inside me and crushed every good memory I ever had of my marriage. So what now? I asked, voice cracking. He smirked like a man ready to burn a whole building down. Now, we exposed the truth in court. Court day came fast, too fast. I stood outside the courtroom wearing the only suit I owned, palms sweating, heart slamming like a drumline in my chest. My cousin slapped my back and whispered, Bro, relax. You're about to win this shit. Yeah, I muttered. But it still feels like I'm walking into a lion's den. Sarah walked in a minute later, eyes red, jaw tight, refusing to look at me. Mia strutted behind her like she owned the whole damn courthouse, wearing sunglasses indoors like a discount celebrity. I felt sick. The judge entered. Everyone sat. Her lawyer went first, spewing lies like a broken sprinkler, painting me as unsafe, unstable, inappropriate around a young woman, Blah blah blah. Every word made my blood boil. Then it was Carter's turn. And my man stood up like a gladiator. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't argue. He didn't insult anyone. He simply said, "Your Honor, the accusations made against my client are fabricated. And we have evidence." The judge raised a brow. "Proceed." And boy, did he. First, he presented the text messages, full messages, not the chopped-up story the other side had tried to submit. The judge read them. Sarah froze. Mia's face turned pale. "Your daughter," Carter said smoothly, "admitted to manipulating the situation to have my client removed from the home." He didn't even need to explain. The messages explained themselves. Then he presented the second set of messages, the ones between Mia and Marcus. The courtroom buzzed. People whispered. The judge's eyes widened slightly, a rare reaction. Sarah looked like the ground had been ripped out from under her. But Carter wasn't done. He presented the private investigator report. The one proving Sarah had been digging for months. The one proving I never cheated. The one proving she was already mentally out of the marriage. Piece by piece. He dismantled their entire narrative like he was casually folding laundry. The judge turned to Sarah. "Mrs. Hale," he said slowly, "did you know about your daughter's relationship with this older man?" Sarah's lips trembled. "She told me she ended things." "She didn't," Carter cut in politely. "She hid it, and used my client as a scapegoat." The judge nodded, turning to Mia. "Miss Hale, did you fabricate these accusations?" Mia swallowed hard. Her sunglasses suddenly looked ridiculous. I didn't fabricate. It wasn't like, I didn't." "Answer the question," the judge said sternly. Silence. Then, "Yes," she whispered. "Elite." The entire room gasped. Sarah covered her mouth with a shaking hand. I closed my eyes, a wave of pain and relief slamming into me all at once. The judge cleared his throat. "In light of this information, all allegations against Mr. Hale are dismissed. Furthermore, based on the evidence of malicious intent and emotional damages caused by the false accusations, I find Mr. Hale entitled to." He listed a number. A big number. Sarah burst into tears. But it wasn't joy. It was heartbreak. It was guilt. It was realization. She looked at me, really looked at me, for the first time in months. "Josh, I'm so sorry," she whispered. "And damn it, I wanted to forgive her. I wanted to hold her, tell her it was okay, tell her we could fix it." But looking at her, broken, ashamed, devastated, I realized something. Love can survive arguments, can survive mistakes, can survive years of hardship, but it cannot survive betrayal. Not this level, not this deep. So I shook my head slowly. "I loved you," I said quietly, "but you didn't trust me. Not even enough to ask if the story made sense." Her eyes flooded. "I was scared. And I was loyal," I said. "That should have mattered more than your fear." She broke down. Full collapse. Tears everywhere. Mia sat shrinking in her chair, face red, eyes wide, finally understanding the destruction she'd caused. The judge finalized everything and dismissed the room. I walked out with my cousin and Carter, feeling lighter and heavier at the same time. Like a chain had been removed, but the wound remained. Outside, Sarah tried to approach me. "Josh, please," she begged. "Can we talk? Can we fix this?" "I didn't know." "You didn't want to know," I said softly. She froze. And that was the truth. She didn't seek clarity. She didn't seek proof. She didn't ask questions. She let lies replace love. Fear replace trust. Assumptions replace reality. And that's when I realized the marriage didn't end because of a lie. It ended because she believed it, without hesitation, without doubt, without giving me a single chance. I turned away, walked to my car, closed the door, and exhaled for the first time in months. Because despite everything, I survived. The truth survived. And in the end, the truth was louder than the lie. You just heard a story of betrayal, survival, and quiet revenge. If it left you thinking, hit like, share it forward, and subscribe for more true emotional stories that'll stay with you long after they end. Every click helps another story find its voice.